Well, hello and welcome to the 40-Day Garden Challenge. My name is Stacy Murphy, known to many as Brooklyn's Backyard Farmer, and it is my passion to remove any obstacles that stand between you and your first successful vegetable and herb garden. So with that in mind, I've created the 40-Day Garden Challenge. And what can that garden challenge do for you? Well, what I know about you, if you're watching these videos, is that vegetables and herbs are important to you. It means a lifestyle of health and well-being, not only for yourself, but your loved ones. It means fresh, delicious, inexpensive, organic food right onto your dinner table, right from your backyard. So it's like planting your grocery aisle right in your backyard. So I know that's important to you. So what does the 40-Day Garden Challenge do for you? Well, the first thing it does is it gets you started. If you've had trouble kickstarting your process and you don't know what to do first, there's a ton of information on the internet and you're not sure what to do first. So what I did is I took the 40-Day Garden Challenge as if I was starting my first vegetable garden. And I videotaped the whole thing. And so basically what you can do is you can watch all the videos and you can just copycat all the steps. So this is just fast-paced. Just follow step by step with me. It's almost like you're gardening right next to me. And the reason why I did this is because it breaks my heart when I see people who want to garden, but they give up or they're lost and they're just getting started. And so I really wanted to get people over that hump and get people started. So come join us, and basically you just copycat all the steps and follow along in this process. Okay, so the second thing you're going to get out of the Garden Challenge is a supportive community. So whenever we're trying to incorporate something new into our lifestyle, it takes a while. And if we don't have the support of people around us, oftentimes we'll forget. And you know, it takes a while to build that groove in your life. And what I want for you is for gardening to be something that's a part of your daily routine, like brushing your teeth. You wake up, you brush your teeth, you walk outside, you harvest some food for your breakfast or your lunch or your dinner that day. And it's as simple as that. And a community that's all doing the same thing, who's all gardening, they can help you be accountable and help make sure that you stay on track. So that's something that this 40-Day Garden Challenge is going to do for you. And the third thing that you're going to get from the 40-Day Garden Challenge is a big kick in the butt. And sometimes we all need a kick in the butt. So you may have all the right steps and a supportive community to help get you moving, but you know, a little extra kick in the butt sometimes goes a long way. So I've created the challenge, which is essentially a badge system. And as you progress through the challenge, you're going to share your celebrations with the group. And as you share, you're going to receive badges. And at the end of the 40-Day Challenge, at the end of the year, we're going to look at everybody's 40-Day Challenge, and we're going to select winners of the 40-Day Garden Challenge who will receive garden prizes. Now, for competing, you also receive challenges that are unlocked along the way as long as you keep moving forward. So I find having a challenge is a really good kick in the pants to make sure that when we say we're going to do something and we commit to it, that we actually follow through. So that's the intention behind the challenge. And the fourth thing you're going to get out of the Garden Challenge, remember all of the food that you're going to grow, the delicious, organic, inexpensive produce that's going to land onto your meal plate. So that is a big win right there. Now, what's interesting is that at the end of 40 days, what you're going to find is that you're gardening. And this is something that you may not have been able to do in the past, but at the end of 40 days, you're gardening. And you know what's going to happen? It's going to become a part of your lifestyle, and you're just going to keep on going. Now, you may be thinking, what can you accomplish in a garden in 40 days? And you would be shocked. So I have students who've used the tips and the techniques that I share in these videos, and they've grown hundreds of pounds of produce. People who have never grown vegetables and herbs, they say they've grown their first successful vegetable and herb garden where they've actually harvested food, brought it to their table, and enjoyed delicious meals with their family. So that is what's possible in 40 days. And there are lots of crops that you can grow in your first 40 days. So I'm guessing at this point you have a couple questions about the Garden Challenge. The first might be, hey Stacy, it's cold and I'm not ready to plant yet. I can't start my 40-Day Garden Challenge today because it's still snowing. What do I do? So the 40-Day Garden Challenge is for 2017, and you can do the challenge any 40 days within the year. We give you all the tools so that you can prepare ahead of time, and your 40 days starts exactly when you decide that you're ready and you're prepared to do so. Now, with that said, I don't want you to wait forever, but I want you to prepare so that you can set yourself up for your best 40 days of the season. All right, so anytime throughout the year, if you have a growing season that is at least 40 days long, you can get food out of this. The second question you're probably asking yourself is, what about space? How much space do I need to do this challenge? You don't need a whole lot of space. You'd be shocked how little space you need to grow a whole lot of food. And that's what part of this challenge is all about. So when I took the 40-day challenge, I grew $400 worth of groceries in 40 days in less than 100 square feet. That's small. All I did was I used 2 garden beds. Each were 3 feet by 6 feet. This is one of the beds behind me. And then I had a second one the same size. And then I had an indoor area where I was sprouting greens. So that's really the only space that you need to do the garden challenge if you want to copy it step by step. Now, if you want to grow more than that, you are very welcome to do so. But you don't need a whole lot of space to do the garden challenge. Now, the third question that you might be asking yourself right now is, what do I need to invest to get up and running? And so with these garden beds, there is a little bit of setup. And I walk you through that setup process in the videos. You do have to buy a couple of things potentially if you aren't already set up. So you may or may not need to buy a little bit of wood. If you have scraps of wood laying around, that's great. If you don't want to use wood, but you just want to pile up some soil, that's fine to save some money. You may need to invest in a little bit of soil because you don't have usable soil. And we'll talk about that in the videos. And then with tools, you really don't need that much. You need scissors to harvest. You can even just use a knife from the kitchen to do a lot of your transplanting. And so you really don't need a whole lot of tools to make this challenge work for you. But you may have to invest a little bit of money. And so when you're tallying up your costs, just to give you a sense, when I grew $400 worth of groceries, I spent about $100 in supplies and equipment setting up the garden. So you can subtract out your investment at the end to see how many dollars worth of groceries you were able to grow in your first 40 days. Keeping in mind that once you set everything up, your next 40 days after that, you already have everything purchased, and now you just are growing food, and all the vegetables and herbs that you're growing are even less expensive. So here's how the class works. The videos are already recorded and they are waiting for you. All of them are waiting for you. They're broken up into 4 segments, and each segment is a module that is about 60 minutes total of video broken into smaller bite-sized videos so you can watch each video and then implement actions from that video. And it comes with a workbook to help you know how to plan each one of those steps. And in the workbook is also a checklist. So for week 0, it tells you here's everything you need to check off in order to make sure that you're ready to go to week 1. And week 1 is when your challenge begins. And then there'll be a checklist for week 1 to cover. You watch the videos, you implement the action items, and you check it off as you go along. So as you can see, it's step by step, and it's all geared towards you growing food. And because I know that you're going to need some extra support throughout the season, there is a couple of live Q&A calls to get your questions answered. Now, because this is an introductory gardening class, I can't teach you everything that you need to know about gardening. But what this class will do is it will kickstart you your first 40 days and get you into great habits for a lifetime of health. Well, I set this garden challenge up for people who are just beginning because it really breaks my heart when people are stuck or lost or just can't get moving in the garden. That's really who I set this challenge up for. But what I realize is that there's more experienced growers who would find a lot of joy in participating in this challenge. So if that's you and you want to sign up, then I welcome you as well. And who knows, you may find some new tricks in this challenge to grow even more food than you thought possible. Here's the deal. If you want fresh, organic, delicious produce straight from your backyard onto your kitchen table, it's not going to happen by itself. You actually have to go out and do the work. And here is your shortcut to doing that. Imagine how much easier it's going to be when you have videos showing you exactly what to do and the support if you run into any questions. So that's what's being offered here today. I would love for you to join us. It's going to be so much fun. And this garden challenge, we're going to announce all the details of the challenge. We're going to make it a whole lot of fun so that you aren't going to believe how far you go in the next 40 days. So what I want you to do now is to click below the Register Now button, and you'll be taken to our secure order form. And when you're there, type in all those details. And then immediately when you register, you're going to be taken to a page where you have access to the videos. So you're going to be ready to just hit the ground rolling and get started. Now, because I know this class is not for everybody, I offer a 30-day money-back guarantee, no questions asked, no hassles. So send me an email within the first 30 days. Let me know that the class isn't for you and you get a full refund. So how long have you been putting off starting your first garden because you just didn't know where to start? Or how many unsuccessful attempts have you made to growing something only to feel like a failure? So what I would love for you here is to take this course, to join us so you can get the support that you need to get your first successful vegetable and herb garden, understand how it feels to work outside with the plants and bring that food to your dinner table and enjoy a lifetime of healthy food. So what might this 40-day garden challenge be worth to you? Well, I'll tell you what it was worth to me. I set this challenge down. I didn't know how much food I was going to grow, and I ended up growing $400 worth of groceries. Now, I realize that I am a farmer, and so your results may not be $400 the first time around, but it's possible that you might get there with practice. And so what I know is if you have 80 days, let's say, in your season, and you can do this 40-day challenge back to back twice, you're going to bring hundreds of dollars of produce, fresh, delicious, organic produce onto your table. So that's what this class is worth. Now, if you are going to take the class, watch all the videos, do all the homework, go outside, plant your seeds, harvest your food, bring it into your dinner table, you would get the full value of this course. But because I want to really kickstart your process, I want to add two really valuable bonuses today. So the first is a discount on seeds. Now, in the 40-day challenge, I direct seed some crops. I direct seed some arugula, some spinach, some carrots, some radishes, and some turnips. And so you can get those at a discount. I also sprout pea shoots and sunflower shoots. And those are things where money can stack up really quickly. So you get a significant discount there. The second bonus is my ebook, which shows my 5 favorite recipes for greens. Now, I've cooked for kids and teenagers who say they don't like greens, and they have been converted by my recipes. So I'm sharing my ebook with my 5 favorite recipes because you're going to be growing a lot of greens, and you're going to need new ways to cook them for you and your family. All you need to do is click the button to register. So because this is the first time that I'm offering this is a beta program. I've never done this challenge before. I think it's going to be life-changing for so many gardeners who are trying to get started, and I want as many people to enroll as possible. And so I'm offering a 30% discount this week, and I would love for you to join us. We are going to have so much fun. So all the details are below this video of this one-time offer. Could you commit 40 days to growing food? Imagine yourself with all of the benefits fresh food provides into your daily life, not to mention getting outside into the fresh air every day, seeding, transplanting, harvesting, getting to know plants, understanding gardening from a really practical level, and doing it in a really fast-tracked way. Could you commit to that? And think about it. You know exactly where the food is coming from. There's no chemicals, no toxins. So the question is, can you commit to 40 days? You'd be shocked how much you can accomplish, how much you can grow in just 40 days if you focus your energy and you also surround yourself with other people who are doing exactly the same thing and can help mentor you when you run into any challenges. So join me now, click the register now button below, and I'll see you on the inside. I can't wait to see your garden photos this season.